Hi, it's Sunday morning and it is sunny. So I decided to just get up, shove some clothes on, get my boots on and head outside. It is the perfect day to go on a quick walk and also clear my head. This is the village of Greensted Green. It is about 5 minutes away from Earl's Cone and is a very small village. There's only one post office here, an equestrian shop and a nursery for children. Other than that, there's no supermarkets or pubs or anything like that. It's very sweet, and this is the village green. This is the lovely village green. As you can see, there are lots of flowers planted up. The locals tend to keep on top of it here and keep the village looking very pretty. Now, as usual for all these kinds of villages, the houses are a mixture of different ages, different architecture styles, and I adore them. There's of course lots of farms around here, and this house on the right is particularly spectacular. I wouldn't mind living there. And I also have a thing about old brick walls. There is something very English and just stunning about them. This is one of my favourite routes to go on. You open the gate onto a field, you follow a little river, and then you enter some forest. It's perfect. It ticks all the boxes. The sun, even though it was only 3 degrees, helped massively. In fact, I wish winter was like this every day. I could cope so much better if it were. I can't believe today is the last day of November. Not only am I not ready for December, I am also dreading it. I am very much looking forward to Michael being here in 23 days and counting. I know that when he's here, it will be great and we will have a little family Christmas and everything will feel okay for the 2 weeks that he is here. However, before he gets here, that same week, on the 22nd of December, I have a court date with the family court, and I really feel that the timing is particularly poor. Merry Christmas! I am having to represent myself for the first time as I have run out of money, and that is very daunting. But hopefully it will be the end of it all, for now, anyway. So I have got to get Christmas going and organised early as far as the children are concerned. I'm going to talk more about Christmas in the coming weeks and how hard that is for single parents and people whose lives are not the norm. I think we're sold an idea that is very much not real for a lot of people, and the pressure of it is extreme. I could have carried on walking for another hour, but it was time to go home and get the children and go and buy a Christmas tree. Now I have to apologise, there isn't much filming or footage from our trip to pick the Christmas tree because the children very much don't want to be on camera, nor do they like me filming in public. And I can't say I blame them. It is kind of awkward, and I'm still getting used to that, filming in front of the general public with people looking at you going, what are you doing? So here is a few tiny snippets of the garden centre. It was very pretty. They have lots of lovely things for sale, lots of lovely markets. They had an artisan market here with lots of Christmas things, and there's Rudolph, which I thought was very cute. And this year the children didn't even want to photograph with it. So you can see as they get older, Christmas is definitely changing. And this is our tree. This is the one that Maisie picked. It's very bushy, and they had a hard job getting it through. Look, it's a 2-man job there. But I think we picked the right one. We managed to get it home and shove it in the garden. And that is where it stayed until I could get round to it afterwards. Now this is my hoarder's shed. I'm not really a hoarder, but this is where everything gets chucked and stacked, and in the summer I really need to go through it. But right under there was the Christmas tree stand, and I had to dig through that. I didn't get round to pulling the tree into the house until nearly 9 o'clock at night. It was really heavy, but I managed it, and I think it's going to look beautiful when it is up. Now I know I could just go easy and get an artificial tree instead, and it wouldn't be nearly as much work. But the smell of a real Christmas tree is something else, and I will never compromise on that. I grew up with fake trees, always wanting a real one. And so I said when I had children, we will always go and buy a real tree. It was tricky getting it onto the stand, but I managed it in the end. I will always have a Christmas tree. It doesn't matter how bad things get or how rubbish I feel. I will always make time for a real Christmas tree. And it's an excuse to get out the decorations that have so many memories attached to them. My collection of baubles and trinkets come from my mum, my nan, and all my travels over the years. It's like a memory tree when they're all on, and I absolutely love it. I keep thinking about maybe doing something themed, but then I wouldn't be able to have all these little memories on the tree, and I would miss them. Then came time to unwrap it. I always love this part, but I always panic that I haven't given it enough room or space, and that maybe it will somehow knock me out if I'm not careful. But it's like an unveiling, all of its own. And there you have it, our Christmas tree for 2025. I'm going to leave it overnight as there isn't time to decorate it now. Hi, it's now Monday evening and I have yet to hang a single bauble on that Christmas tree. I can't get it together. Today has been another really testing day, and it really is taking all of my energy just to keep things on an even keel. But I wanted to come on and just explain why I've changed the name of the channel to A Long Distance Wife. Scrub and Salvage was more for cleaning hacks and housekeeping tips and all things vintage, which I thought were a great premise for building a YouTube channel. I mean, it still is. I still love all things vintage. However, my current life situation is so chaotic and mental that you couldn't make it up. You couldn't I still don't understand how I am in this position where I'm at. Like, you couldn't have predicted it. And I really feel like I have so much to share and hopefully try and reach people who are also in crazy, similar situations, maybe not the same, but they're feeling isolated, they're feeling trapped. I mean, I'm a single mum. Even though I'm married, I'm a single mum. Michael isn't here. He's 4,662 miles away, and I'm here on my own, and I don't have any family around me. My family are in Devon, and I'm in Essex, which is quite far away for those of you that don't know the UK. I have a mortgage, which I'm barely now being able to pay. I can't work all the hours I want to because I have 2 children who still very much need me. They're only 11 and 13, and we're nowhere near being completely independent of some school runs. So I now want to use this channel to be able to share my story, mine and Michael's story, and hopefully a story of survival, because that's what this is at this point. I had children with the wrong person, and the impact it has had on my life is huge. So anyway, hopefully you will stick around to follow our journey, and hopefully it will mean something to someone. And that's it, really. But hopefully next week I will get some decorations up and try my best to get into the Christmas season. I'm going to try hard, even just for the children's sake. As much as I've struggled with Christmases over the years, this is probably going to be one of the toughest. However, Michael will be here in 23 days, and I cannot wait. I need to be with him so badly at the moment. I need his support, and it's tough. Anyway, I hope everyone has a good week.